So, I was wrong, and I'll gladly admit when I'm wrong. Konami actually did have a ban list, and it's pretty wild. I didn't expect to have such a big ban list for, the current format, considering we have no competitive play. So, apparently this is actually a problem that I'll go into in a different video, but for now, let's go ahead and talk about the bans because it's still a change in the format. First off, we have Block Dragon banned. It did bring Emancipators and Megalith actually to a whole new level of combos, so I do see it getting banned. I didn't think they would ban it as of yet. I thought they would limit it, see and test the waters, see how it goes, but a straight up ban to the Block Dragon. Emancipator still has other combo extenders. This really makes them a bit more fragile, so we'll have to see how Emancipator plays out, but nowhere near a dead deck, keep that in mind. There have been a lot of tests without Block Dragon, and the deck does perfectly fine without it. Jet Synchron got banned. We all knew this was going to happen sooner or later. This is just going to get replaced with like Plague Spreader Zombie or something. Like, this really isn't that big of a deal, honestly. This is going to get replaced with something else. Alliance, same thing. Unfortunately, it is a really big extender that leads into really big plays. But by hitting it, again, you're just opening up other things. This is kind of the firewall effect where we're going to be seeing everything get hit except for Needle Fiber and Link Cross. And spoiler alert, we have no bans for either of them. That's actually kind of scary to think about because this really makes it a scarier format because they did do some other stuff. In terms of the rest of this list, perfectly fine. We have Double Iris coming back to 1. I did call it. I think this was a perfectly fine thing. I thought they should have brought back Astrograph along with it, at least to 1, just to give Pendulum a bit more play. But this does show that, hey, Konami is looking at Pendulums. We're better off having this limited than nothing at all. So this does give Pendulum Magicians a bit more leeway. And also, Bardiche is actually back after I made my video yesterday. So Konami, I know you're listening to me. I know they're not. But this could go back to 3, honestly, this point. There's literally no point to limiting it because no one is playing it at, numbers of more than 1. But nonetheless, I get it. You want to test the waters, make sure it's not going to destroy the meta, and then bring it back to 3. So this is a good thing for Pendulums. They can go ahead and run Bardiche as well as Iris, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Bardiche back. We did get Called by the Grave limited to 1. This is, I don't understand this one. I'll be honest, I do not understand why this got limited. We had it semi-limited for a format about a year ago, and people were just like wondering, why is it semi-limited? We need this card. This literally makes hand traps even stronger, and that's not a good thing. We have decks that already were cutting out hand traps and cutting out Called by the Grave. This makes it so that basically decks are forced to play 1 or none, and I don't like that. I think this might be a reference to Crossout Designator being announced probably, so you might have Crossout Designator in the next set with the Phantom Knights, so prepare for that maybe, but I really don't like this. This is actually super scary for a lot of decks, because again, this really kills the line between Rogue, Tier 2, and Tier 1. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't personally like this hit. We're seeing Heartbeast Featherduster come back, finally. It's always good. So Lightning Storm is going to be still a really used card. This kind of is going to be a good main deck card now. It's kind of like how our Geki used to be, where you just played it at 1 because it's always good. Heartbeast Featherduster also always good. Even as a 1-for-1, you're always happy with that that give and take. So this is going to be probably a main deck staple for a lot of decks. It's been a main deck staple for pretty much most of OCG, so just keep that in mind. Nothing else in terms of the limited. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with Called by the Grave as I mentioned, but we'll see how that goes. To 2, I think this list is actually fine for now. We have Seer back to 2, we have Graph back to 2, we have ABC Buster Dragon and Totally Awesome back at 2. I think ABC and Totally Awesome could go back to 3 without any kind of issues. I don't think Graph and Seer is going to make a giant impact on the meta in terms of BA, but again, I did mention in the Bardiche video that it's good if we have Seer and Graph come back, because what's the deck that's going to be playing the Bardiche the most? BA. It was the one that was pretty much designed for it originally. So this is a good way to kind of give that Phantom Knight support a little bit of a swing. We'll see if BA really makes that dominant of a change, which I don't think so. But we'll see how that goes. And Totally Awesome and ABC should have just gone to 3. I don't see them doing anything still. Especially with Heartbeast Featherduster coming back, Totally Awesome is a bit weaker. But keep in mind, it's a 1-of, it's not a lot. But I'm still kind of shook about the Call by the Grave. That's insane. Next we have Makuria the Destroyer, that was forbidden to unlimited. He has an errata, it's not that impactful. Tour Guide to 3, it's fine. It's good. It might start making 2-card combos in other decks, we'll see. We have Ivigishki Guskraken, I don't know. Isn't this the one that like rips from the hand or something? It's okay. Phantasmes of the Monarchs, it's okay. I don't see Monarchs do anything. If Monarchs actually does do something, that's good. We don't have a hardcore stun deck like True Draco in the meta, so this is actually a good way to maybe force some of that in the game. Even though I'm not happy with how those decks work, it does provide some kind of like give and take in the decks. And finally, we have Skystriker Widowmaker. We all kind of expect this one, and Tour Guide to 3, so this is understandable. In terms of my predictions, I'm not really seeing a lot of them come to fruition. I am glad to see Harpy's back. I am happy to see Double Iris back. Call by the Grave I'm still really shook about that. That's really not good. But guys, I'll have a different video coming up soon about how like this is implying certain things in the future. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and take care.